Aloha, y'all, and welcome to Lucy's Paradise Podcast. Today, it's a beautiful sunny day in Hawaii. Beautiful summer. It has arrived. I'm so stoked. However, tomorrow I will be getting on a plane and I will be in Los Angeles with all of you celebrating Los Angeles Pride. Woo! My brother and I were confused because there was a Pride last weekend, but it was in WeHo. So a little bit confusing there. Apparently, I don't know, just an excuse to throw more parties. I don't really know. I don't really understand how this all works. I don't remember Pride being in more than one place. But whatever. I guess they had a WeHo West Hollywood Pride last weekend, and now this is the LA Pride that is in like Hollywood and Cahuenga. Like there's like a little block. It's like a block party, right? I don't know. I'm gonna go partake in the festivities and eat food, eat lots of food, maybe do a fun little vlog, me at LA Pride. I don't know. Could be cool. But the whole reason for this specific video is to talk about the one and only P. Diddy. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are ready to hear a little bit more about an update going on with this P. Diddy situation. This shit is getting wild. It's getting cray cray. Let me go over, hold on. Let me pull up my notes here. Oh shit. Stand by. Thanks. Young Miami. Okay, I didn't know about this. Hold on. There's more I'm figuring out now. All right, real quick, because there's some stuff going on with Young Miami here as well. And before I get into it, I'm just going to do my little disclaimer that I'm probably going to do every time I make a video like this. I'm about to discuss the P. Diddy case, all of the alleged things that he is up against here, the charges, the alleged charges, right? Because right now he's innocent until he's proven guilty. And the trial has continued after the Memorial Day weekend. There's been a few developments. The last time I made a video, we talked about Kid Cudi on the stand when they interviewed Kid Cudi. Oh, before I get into that, I'm just reminding everybody that if you do not want to hear anything that has to do with SA or P. Diddy or any of that, this might not be the video for you. I understand some people are interested in all this P. Diddy stuff and some people aren't. If you're waiting for another Hawaii update video, I'm gonna make one soon. It's like insane because like something happens in Hawaii every day. There's like a shooting every day, and I'm like, I don't even like know what stories to cover anymore because there's so much and they're all like batshit crazy. So I don't know which one's more interesting than the other, and it's like it's just a lot. So I'm like, oh my god, like I'm just gonna be making like unlimited videos of like bad shit happening in Hawaii, which is insane because there's not just bad stuff happening here, but it's just like what is in the water? Like stop drinking the Alawai water, y'all. But I can't even talk about that right now. But just saying this might not be the video for you. I have a video that just went live today with my brother. It is a part 2 video. We did a podcast. We did part 1 talking about our childhood and some of the craziest things that happened to us. And then we did a part 2 where he kind of dived more into LA fires and being in LA during all of that. My brother lives in Los Angeles. Thank God he lives, not where the fires happened, so he wasn't directly in that specific area, but he does have a lot of friends, and he has lived in LA for a long time, so he has a lot of friends that were affected by the LA fires. So we were able to discuss that. Part 2 is now up, so you can watch that if you would rather watch more of a conversational piece between my brother and I, and you're not into this P. Diddy stuff. Those of you that are here for the P. Diddy stuff, I'm going to give you a quick update of where the trial is now. Recapping just a little bit, all of you kind of already know that P. Diddy is basically being accused of racketeering. Now that they're having people on the stand and interviewing them and cross-examining them, more stuff is coming up. Now, the last time I made a video, I made it about Kid Cudi, where Kid Cudi kind of painted this picture of P. Diddy may or may not be involved in like exploding his Porsche, right, with a Molotov cocktail, like very gangster type stuff. Now, we can assume that P. Diddy isn't actually the one doing these things, but that he's paying or hiring other people to do his dirty work, quote unquote, right? Allegedly. But it's very interesting because Kid Cudi was dating Cassie at the time, and Cassie was a longtime girlfriend of P. Diddy. Hopefully, when you watch these videos, you have watched the previous other couple of videos that I made about the trial, so you can kind of get the updates. And what I try to do in these videos is kind of give you like a quick kind of update of like what's kind of happening, and then like kind of discuss it in my own opinion of like what I think is going on. Now, it's taken me a minute to make this video because I've watched so many other videos of other people making videos about this, because I wanted to see what themes they seem to be discussing the most, kind of what is being picked out of each testimony of each witness on the stand, and kind of what the common trend is for discussion. I find it very interesting. There is a content creator on YouTube that you guys should 100% check out if you want way more in-depth, deep dive of this story, because the way that she expresses her updates are very eloquent, very detailed, very specific. I'm going to give you her name. Okay, her name is Ashley Banfield. She's a Canadian-American journalist. She has a YouTube channel called Drop Dead Serious. Actually, I'm going to subscribe right now. I haven't subscribed. Okay, watch her videos if you're very interested in this and you don't care so much about what I think about it, but more so like just the story part. She's really good at the way that she covers this. I mean, she does it real step by step. It's just brilliant. So I've watched a lot of her videos to kind of see what the update was on these cases, on this case, obviously. What seems interesting is now, and I didn't know this, that there are allegations involving Young Miami. There is a $30 million lawsuit filed by producer Rodney Jones accusing Young Miami of transporting a pink drug combined with ecstasy and cocaine, 4 Combs. So this is via private jet after his usual supplier forgot it. The same lawsuit alleges she was paid a monthly fee to act as a sex worker for Combs, claims she was publicly denied. Okay. Another lawsuit by a woman referred to as Jane Doe. The one thing I do want to mention about what's been going on, because they had another female on the stand by the name of Mia that testified and was cross-examined, and her real name was not given. I find these facts very interesting because they're giving protections, it seems like, to some of these people that were very closely involved. And in a lot of cases, too, immunity. And the reason that happens is because in order to rat out the bigger person, right, the ringleader of the crimes, allegedly, you may have been involved to some degree in said crimes, right? You're like guilty by association, if you guys have heard of that. So I find it very interesting now that some of the more the recent people being interviewed have different names or aliases. It's interesting, and to take note of that is really something to pay attention to, because this should show the severity of this case. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty or not, but when you have people that have or are forced to now get on the stand, give their testimony, and be cross-examined, but will not be named by their actual name, it's a big deal. They were involved in some stuff, some very scary stuff. They're scared perhaps for their life. And the only way to really protect them and their family is to hide their identity. So keep this in mind with all of this happening. As this case progresses, keep this in mind. This is not normal, okay? So far, P. Diddy has still pleaded not guilty. You know, that hasn't changed. That status really hasn't changed or anything like that. There are just a lot of trial developments. The trial recently featured a testimony from a woman identified as Jane, who I mentioned, who described being coerced into prolonged drug-fueled sexual encounters orchestrated by Combs. Besides Cassie, she is now another person that's saying that, right? She alleged that these encounters, referred to as freak-offs, often involved other participants, and that Combs exerted control over her through financial manipulation and threats. Her testimony aligns with earlier statements from Cassie Ventura, another of Combs' former partners. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation for prostitution. The trial began May 5th, and it's still continuing, most likely into July. What I think is going to happen with this, and people, I'm sure you have heard a little bit about, like, something about Trump pardoning P. Diddy. Oh my God. Oh, that would be horrible. I think it's really quite simple. If you commit a crime, I mean, me personally, if I was president, I would not be getting involved in high profile cases like this, regardless. It's not a good look. You know, regardless of your relationship with said people, whatever, what you believe, unless you are protecting the innocent, I do not believe it's smart or ideal to get involved in things like this, or cases like this, cases of this magnitude, and cases that are very controversial like this. Now, the question is, what is he guilty of, right? This is what I'm kind of exploring today in this video. Is Sean P. Diddy Combs guilty of sex trafficking? Is he guilty of racketeering conspiracy? And is he guilty of transportation for prostitution? Now, remember, all of these testimonies that happen and when they're cross-examined, the questions that need to be asked need to basically show the jury without a shadow of a doubt, beyond a reasonable doubt, right, that he is guilty of sex trafficking and he is guilty of racketeering conspiracy and transportation for prostitution. Now, I think the racketeering conspiracy is going to be the hardest one to prove. I think the sex trafficking and the transportation for prostitution is a little bit easier to prove. In some cases, I'm not sure how this works with, like, private jets. So this might be the only thing that they run into in terms of private jets. There also has to be conversations. So on the same day where flights were made, or on the same day where there was proof somebody was, like, on a private jet with or for P. Diddy Combs, there has to be a correlating conversation, recording, or text message, something, preferably from more than one individual, that proves that there was transportation going on for the sake of prostitution, right? The same with the sex trafficking. That one I think is going to be a lot easier to prove. The racketeering I think is going to be harder. So, do I think P. Diddy is going to get jail time? I think so. I think he is in big trouble. I think at the end of the day, if you look at this from a bigger picture, from a Hollywood perspective, he is the fall guy and he is going down. The question remains, who is going to go down with P. Diddy? That is the real question. That's what I would like to see, and that is why I'm so interested in this situation and in this trial. So please understand. As this progresses, if there are more details that come out that really, really, really jump at me, I will share more updates. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Diddy's in trouble? Do you think he will get pardoned by President Trump? Or do you think they just won't have enough evidence and the jury will just be like, I don't know. So yeah, I guess time will tell. But for now, I will see you guys this weekend in Los Angeles. LA Pride, come and find me. Come hang out. Love to meet any and everyone I can. If you'd love to make content or be on a podcast, hit me up as well. I will try to stay as long as I can in Los Angeles. But until then, thank you so much for watching Lucy's Paradise podcast. Much love and aloha.